And a look now at the starting lineups. And Keith, first of all, let's take a look at who's going to be out there representing Canada.
Well, for Canada, we have in goal Craig Forrest, Frank Yallop, defender, Nick Dasovich, Lyndon Hooper, Alex Bunbury, Paul Pesce-Solido, Carlo Corazin, Mark Watson, Jeff Unger, Carl Fletcher, and Paul Fenwick.
And on the other side of the ball, the Costa Ricans.
The Costa Rican in goal, Eric Lones, Vladimir Quesada, Ronald Gonzalez, Wilmer Lopez, Mauricio Solis, Gilbert Solano, Javier Delgado, Oscar Ramirez, Javier Wanchop, Raymond Harris, and the captain, Mauricio Montero.
The referee for tonight's Canada Cup International Soccer match is Jose Farias. His linesmen are Russ Hepworth and Eric Waugh. The fourth official is Les Wilcox. Canada on the ball to set up. To kick off, it's Carlos Corazin. And here we are, we're underway here. Canada versus Costa Rica. As Dasovich plays it down the sidelines here, looking for Corazin. Corazin back into the center there, Lyndon Hooper. Forced backwards there, Mark Watson now tries to play for safety in the center. Run onto there by Quesada, Vladimir Quesada, number 2 for Costa Rica. The Costa Ricans are playing in the black and white stripes and the white shorts, and they are going from right to left here in the first half. And Canada in the all red, going from left to right. And there's a long ball down the sidelines here, looking for Raymond Harris, number 16 for Costa Rica. But Craig Forrest, the Canadian goalkeeper, out there to get it. And Keith, Craig had his problems over in England this year. A few too many injuries.
Well, it's good to see him back for this game, and he really read that play well, because Nick Dasovich was late coming back for that ball, and Greg Forrest acted like a sweeper and put it out of danger. And it's going to be Costa Rica throw-in here.
So the first throw-in of the game goes to the Costa Ricans. Long throw. And Forrest there, no one able to take that, and Craig Forrest sends his Canadian teammates downfield. And will run it out a bit himself. We've got a gorgeous night here at Varsity Stadium in Toronto. And the flag up right away. Forrest caught a few of his teammates offside there.
Actually, you could say a few of them, Ben. There was 3 Canadian offside, and it's going to be Costa Rica kick here.
The Costa Ricans. And this is number 20, Mauricio Montero. Up the sidelines here to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, hard challenge there. We got a player down. Dasovich made a hard tackle there, Keith, and I think he caught his shin.
Actually, the way he went into that ball, good thing that he went so hard, because if he would have backed out, he would have got hurt, and he's still in the game right now.
Mark Watson with the throw. Dasovich now on the end of the box. Nice move on 2 defenders. Trying to find Bunbury there. Alex Bunbury back to Dasovich. Hard cross in, and he wins the corner kick, knocking it off Mauricio Solis, who was back there on defense for Costa Rica.
Actually, Nick Dasovich and Alex Bunbury were inside the box and kind of too close, but Nick Dasovich tried to put a nice cross into the box, and he got a corner out of this.
We talk about Canadians playing in Europe. What a career Bunbury is having for himself over there. And we'll get to that in a moment. Jeff Unger now with the corner kick. Unger slices a low into the near post, knocked up in the air by the Costa Rica defense. Hooper knocked it down. Here's Lyndon Hooper. Plays it way back into space. Canada now onside, but nobody there. And it'll be Eric Lones, the Costa Rican goalkeeper, caught out of his box there. Hard challenge from Jeff Unger, but he plays it way out now. Trying to find Madrigal, number 5, and now Canada working back in through the midfield. And we've seen some nice crisp soccer here in the opening minutes. This is number 12, Carlo Corazin. Corazin shot cut down, and Montero up ahead to Oscar Ramirez. The Costa Rican midfielder, just as the sun comes out now, plays it to the far sideline. Costa Rica trying to find some space here. That was number 6, Wilmer Lopez, playing the overlapping ball to Quesada, number 2.
Actually, Costa Rica's trying to open it up on the right side as well, because they're playing on the left side, and they tried to put a long ball on the right side, and Carl Fletcher, nice covering.
Mauricio Wright wears number 3 for Costa Rica. Chips it ahead there for Gomez. Gomez, overlapping ball onto the sidelines now. Far post, Forrest out for it. Well taken there by the Canadian goalkeeper.
Well, when you have a size like Craig Forrest has, I mean, that's your house and nobody else is going to control that house. And he's big, tall, lanky, and those high balls are no problem whatsoever for Craig Forrest.
Nick Dasovich, number 4. Or correction, I'm sorry, that was Frank Yallop, number 2, who's the acting captain tonight. In the absence of Colin Miller, Miller is injured, but he's serving as an assistant coach. Mark Watson will take the throw in for Canada. Watson to Bunbury, back to Watson. He finds Dasovich. Dasovich taking on 3 defenders, sliced it into the center just behind Pesce-Solido. Onger chipped back across. Headed on nicely there. Here's an overlap for Watson. Watson cuts it into the center. Lovely header. Tipped over the bar. Eric Lonis, a spectacular save. A yellow card up right away.
Actually, Pesce-Solido is going to get the yellow card here because he was over aggressive. I think it was more handball. If you can see the replay again, Ben.
We'll try to get that up for you, Keith.
It was a beautiful cross by Nick Dasovich into the box. Here we see it on the right side. Nice cross into the box. I think it was more or less like a handball from Paul Pesce-Solido, and that was a yellow card by the referee.
But regardless of whether or not it would have ultimately counted, a spectacular save by Eric Lonis in goal for Costa Rica. Point blank range, tipped the ball over the bar. And now Costa Rica trying to work back, and a foul on the sideline there. Mark Watson takes down one of the Costa Ricans hard. The referee whistles play on. The Costa Rican player is still down right in front of his team's, essentially in front of the Canadian bench. So Costa Rica effectively a man short now, and Forrest will just flip the ball out of bounds. Nice sportsmanship there.
I think the referee is going to have a little talk here with a couple of the Canadian players because over-aggressive on both times, and here's the referee coming over to the injured player of Costa Rica, and he's hurting.
While this is going on, I'll tell you, this is the Canada Cup soccer tournament. It was originally supposed to be a 3-team tournament with the Greek national team here. The Greek team got into a dispute with FIFA over various issues and were unable to attend the tournament. So this has become one game for the Canada Cup of Soccer. And there the Costa Ricans give the ball back to Canada, and that's a nice development in sportsmanship that we've seen over the years in soccer.
That's a nice gesture, first by Greg Forrest and second by Costa Rica. And it's a goal kick for Team Canada here.
You are watching International Soccer, Canada versus Costa Rica. I'm Ben Knight with Keith Pandofsky, bringing you all the action from Varsity Stadium in Toronto here on Rogers Community 10 in Toronto. Dasovich, number 4, plays it back. Challenged hard there by Raymond Harris, number 16.
Actually, the Canadian team is really playing, trying to push the ball forward as much as they can, and they're creating a little chaos for the Costa Rican defense.
Now Corazine rushing in there for Canada, and it's cleared, forces Mauricio Montero to concede a corner kick. And Keith Corazine over in England, playing now for Plymouth Argyle, just had a chance to play at Wembley Stadium in a promotion match, and his team won promotion to the 2nd division in England.
What a treat that could have been for the young Carlo Corazine.
I saw one game at Wembley, and it was absolutely wonderful. Bristol City and Bolton Wanderers in the Freight Rover Trophy in 1986.
Everyone should experience Wembley at least once in their lifetime.
We were about 15 rows back on the goal line. It was just splendid, an amazing stadium. Now Canada pushing through, trying to find Pesce-Solido. Pesce closely marked tonight. They haven't been able to get the ball through to him yet. Solis up to Lopez for Costa Rica. Lopez challenged hard, forced to play back, chested down nicely there by Hooper. Dasovich contains it inbound. And I believe from the statistics, Keith, that Nick Dasovic is the only player on the field for Canada today who has actually scored against Costa Rica.
Actually, there's 3 individuals that have scored against Costa Rica. It was Paul James back in 1985 World Cup qualifying, and Colin Miller in 1993 in an exhibition game in San Jose. And Nick Dasovic scored in 1993 in the Gold Cup in Mexico City. So there's 3 individuals that have scored for Canada against Costa Rica.
Dasovic, the only one of those on the field tonight, so we'll keep an eye on him now. Here's a chance outside for Oscar Ramirez. And Keith, we've got an interesting balance going on here. The marking is very close, but the game is also being played at a very high rate of speed.
The Canadian team is trying to take it to the Costa Ricans, and they're, like I said, they're creating a little chaos on the back 4, and they're overlapping each other, and Carlo Corazin's overlapping as well, and Alex Bumby's going left to right, and it's not man-to-man marking. It's more like positioning marking right now.
Yallop played a long ball up for Kevin Holness, or rather, we'll check that. Canada now on the far side. That's Carl Fletcher, number 23. And a player down there, and again we see that close marking, and referee Jose Farias working hard to keep control of this game. We have a very vocal Costa Rican cheering section here, and they let their feelings be known there. Now Pesha Solido plays it back. And it comes to Paul Pesha-Solido, Birmingham City. Tremendously talented player, Keith.
Yeah, he's done well in Europe, and it's good to see him. He had a okay by the doctor this morning, and good to see him on the field.
Now Bunbury. Bunbury chips it back here for Jeff Onger. Back to Yallop. Yallop plays it into the center for Hooper. Hooper back to Yallop now. Chip down the sidelines. Onger on it in the corner. Takes a look. Line drive kick knocked away there by Montero. Up to Ramirez. Now Costa Rica try to build it, but Dasovic is there to break it up. Nick Dasovic tried the through ball there, looking for Fletcher on the overlap. Now Bunbury. Bunbury plays out to space here in number 13, Mark Watson. Watson up ahead to Hooper. Hooper draws 2 defenders. Back to Watson now. Tees it up, chips it into the center, looking for Pesha-Solido. And the Costa Ricans close on it. There's a giveaway. Mark Watson onto it. Dasovic to Watson. Watson, low cross, and once again, Montero, and that's about the 3rd time Montero's been forced to concede a corner kick by Canadian pressure down the sidelines.
Well, he's the man on the back 4, and he's the sweeper. He's the big guy on the defense, but I'm really surprised at the Canadian team, how well they're moving the ball, whether it be short passing or a bit left to right. They're pushing the ball, and I'm surprised that Costa Rican are giving them that much space to work with.
Well, this should be the nucleus of the team that will fight for that World Cup spot in '98. There's a chance now, broken up in the defense, a dangerous cross. But Keith, Canada has developed into a very dynamic attacking side, and if you think back to that '86 team that concentrated on defense just to get there, we've come a long way.
We have come a long way. We're playing with the ball more. We're moving the ball nicely and so forth. Not like 10, 15 years ago where we come up to the center and lob it into the 18-yard line.
Now a good ball down the sidelines from Onger, but nobody there to run on it. It stays in bounds all the way. Costa Rica forced to play it. Gonzalez, number 4, into the center here for Javier Delgado.
That was a fair ball, Ben.
Yep, good bunt. Excellent bunt. Raymond Harris, number 16. Plays it into the center. The Canadians closing tight on anybody going with the ball. The flag up there for offside. Oscar Ramirez thought he was through, number 14, Keith, but the flag was up.
He was offside, but it was a close call and nicely pushed forward by the back for Canadian national team. And like I said, I'm really surprised of Costa Rica not taking to the Canadian team a bit more, because Canada has pushed the ball in their own zone and they're creating a little couple of good chances.
Ball was headed on there looking for Hooper. Corazine up there in a jostling match with Raymond Harris, number 16. Onger. Onger chops it back here for Watson. Watson takes a look, plays it into the center. Lyndon Hooper forced to go backwards now. Carl Fletcher on his horse trying to get that. And that one just out of bounds, and Costa Rica will have a throw in just into the Canadian side of midfield. Now a good hard run now. Delgado, high ball onside, easily contained there by Craig Forrest.
If you go by possession of the ball, Ben, we've played 15 minutes so far, and I think 12 minutes of that is Canadian ball. So that's surprising to me.
But we've seen the potential of some very dangerous counter runs from Costa Rica. Canada's certainly taking the game to them right now, but the Costa Ricans are by no means overwhelmed. Yallop. Deflected there on its way down to Bunbury. Bunbury contains it. Past Hooper, Pesce-Solido has to play back. Frank Yallop again. That was Paul Fenwick getting the touch over here to Fletcher. Fletcher down the line, looking for Corazine. Pesce-Solido instantly drawing double coverage. Forced back. Number 6 for Costa Rica is Wilmer Lopez. Goes for a run. Nice ball out here to Harris. And alert defense there, Keith. Mark Watson over there to break up a lovely pass from the Costa Ricans.
Nicely played by Mark Watson. In other words, the left wing would have been home free.
Now Costa Rica playing it back here. Eric Lonis leaves it for his sweeper, Mauricio Montero. Costa Rican uniforms, Keith. I remember in Italia 1990, they played their first game in red shirts and blue shorts, which is what everybody expected. Their second game, they're playing in Genoa, the home of Juventus, and they came out in the black and white stripes of Juve, and they've worn them ever since.
Must have been a lucky uniform, I guess, Ben.
Well, could be. As I recall, they surprised some people in that tournament. Now Costa Rica. Number 6, Wilmer Lopez. Forced down on the ground as he tries to play it ahead for Harris. Canadian defense. Closing again. Long ball, looking for Corazine. Corazine. And again, whenever a Canadian striker gets near the ball, double coverage closing in. Nice defense there by the Costa Ricans. And Harris, and I'm impressed with the way the Costa Ricans, they're not being given any room to move the ball, but they're still getting their passes in, 2- and 3-pass combinations.
But the difference in this game is, so far, Ben, is the Canadian team has their space to put those passes back and forth. The Costa Rican aren't covering tight at all.
Now Ramirez dumps it in there. And Craig Forrest goes for a run. Mark Watson. To the acting captain, Frank Yallop, wearing the armband in the place of Colin Miller, who's injured tonight, but is serving as assistant coach. And Corazine may have made a bit of a meal of that. Dasovic, quick restart. Bunbury couldn't get past it. Costa Rica had 4 men waiting at the top of the box. Now another nice ball for Harris. He's got a runner up front, but he's forced to go backwards. Beautiful steal there. Jeff Onger overlapping from the other side.
See what the difference is between the coverage of the Canadian team defensively and the Costa Rican. They don't give them the space.
Solis. Up to the center to Lopez. Cuts it back for Solis again now. He's got some room. 3 players pushing forward there, but he can't get the ball through to Harris. Again, the Canadian defense on it. And Oscar Ramirez gets chopped down. And I believe that was Pesce-Solido, Keith, and he's got to be careful. He's already got a card on him.
That's right.
And he had a back heel out there for Delgado as he went by. He's learning a thing or two in England, isn't he?
He's a pestilent wee man, is he?
Now, Pesh was very injury prone before he went over here. I assume that taking on those tough English defenses, he's learned a thing or two about protecting himself.
English soccer is always tough soccer. If you go as a kid, you come back as a man.
Frozen Field, North Sea Gale in February. And
that's right.
Stoke or Birmingham or Tranmere. And referee Jose Farias giving the ball to Canada. Keith, I think maybe the Canadians thought the advantage might have been played there.
It could have been, but as long as he's consistent and stops the play on every foul that you could see.
We are 20 minutes into this international friendly, the Canada Cup of Soccer, Canada versus Costa Rica, coming to you from Varsity Stadium in Toronto. Ben Knight and Keith Pandofsky bringing you all the action here on Rogers Community 10 Toronto. We have no score, but lots of action here. Canada versus Costa Rica. Oscar Ramirez. Costa Ricans there. Good ball to Soleno. And just a little bit ahead of him. But Keith, I think the danger for Canada, yes, they're bottling up the Costa Ricans, but if they get too far forward, they run the risk of the counterattack.
I'm really surprised on the Costa Rican when you have a big, lanky forward like Gilbert Solano, number 11, and you have a big guy like Javier One-Chop, number 15 for Costa Rica. No high ball yet. I'm really surprised. And they're putting those balls through on the ground, and Solano is a big, lanky guy, but slow on the ground. So, and that's why you couldn't get to that ball, and it was offside.
Canada's also neutralizing the air game by keeping them away from the front of their own net, which is where a header or a high ball is most effective.
That's right.
Now Launus hoofs one up. Good 50-yard kick. Both teams playing very well, though, Keith. This is the time of year when if a team's going to be flat, early summer, late spring is the time it's going to happen. But these teams are both playing inspired soccer out there.
Well, give full credit to the Costa Rica national team. And talking to the coach, Baru Vieira, he says this is the second game that this team has played together. So give full credit.
They were in the World Cup as recently as 1990. And both these teams will be looking to qualify for France, North America, and the Caribbean 3 positions this year, as opposed to 2. Now here's a chance here for Corazine. Got around one defender, couldn't get around the second. Pesha Soleno up to help him out, but the ball came back the other way. Now Soleno, chop tackled hard there. Lyndon Hooper, rather. Now one chop, 15. Back to Solis. Costa Rica only one man forward, testing the offside trap as Canada comes back the other way now. And Bunbury unable to get a hard shot off, but there was Corazine right there in the goalie's face.
Actually, not at least a shot by Alex Bunbury, but he didn't spot it. Nick Dasovic on the left side breaking. He would have put that ball through for Nick Dasovic.
Neat play there by Yallop to head the ball safely back. Under the present rule, a goaltender cannot play a ball kicked back to him, but one headed back is fair game. And a neat play there by the Ipswich Town teammates, Frank Yallop and Craig Forrest. Now Canada getting a quick start now. As you see the crowd there, we've got a nice boisterous group of people here on a perfect night for soccer at Varsity Stadium. You see some Canadian flags. We've got a huge Costa Rican contingent here. We'll get a camera on them later. They are a colorful bunch. Gonzalez headed that down. Now Costa Rica trying to get something going on the far side. That's number 14, Oscar Ramirez. Ramirez chipping one into the center. Canada closing on it. Onger, 14. Canada looking for the open man, and a way through it comes all the way back to Yallop. Short pass ahead to Onger. Onger coming up through the middle to Paul Pesha-Soleno. Nice skills there. And outrun two defenders and the ball almost, but he wins the foul.
I think that's going to be a yellow card. The referee is holding his hand in the pocket, and here we see it.
And Raymond Harris, number 16, appears to be the one cautioned. He seemed a little surprised about it. That's one each way for Pesha-Soleno. He's drawn one and had one called on him. Yallop leaves it for Onger. In the center, Pesha-Soleno trying to sneak around there, but Costa Rica stack it up. And some aggressive play there by Hooper to break that up with the free kick for Costa Rica.
Referee's telling him 10 yards back at least, and here we see the captain's going to take this free kick. Montero, number 20.
Mauricio Montero. It's a little difficult to pick up that he is the captain with a black and white striped armband on a black and white striped shirt. Canada, of course, playing in the all red. Solis and Vladimir Quesada, number 2. Here's a kick into the middle, looking for Winchop, and Forrest is out there to block it. Well taken there.
Yeah, they could put all those high balls into the box as long as they want, as many as they want. Craig Forrest, it would be no trouble for those balls.
20 minutes to go here in the first half. No score. Canada and Costa Rica in an international friendly for the Canada Cup at Varsity Stadium in Toronto. Now Canada controlling in the midfield. Pesce-Solido leaves it for Lyndon Hooper. Watson runs into trouble. 2 defenders there. Harris up with it for Costa Rica. Up to Winchop. Harris, nice move there. Trying to get around Mark Watson, but he's forced backwards. Hard slide there from Carlo Corazine. And Keith Corazine is playing very aggressively.
Very aggressive, but the only reason that the referee called that a foul because Corazine really came from behind and tackled. He got a piece of the ball, but at the same time, he tackled from behind.
Harris. And a wall of Canadian defenders there. Pesce-Solido down hard, and he thought about continuing that.
Actually, Harris should be watching himself because he's already has a yellow card. And
well, it was Harris. Harris got his yellow card in a clash with Pesce-Solido. I didn't see who Pesh was involved with when he got carded. I don't think it was Harris, but we'll certainly have to keep an eye on those two.
They're shoelacing each other.
Just a little.
Now, anyway.
Just a little. Frank Yallop, acting captain of the Canadian national soccer team. Looping kick up there. Fell nicely for Pesce-Solido. And there's another place, Keith, where perhaps an advantage might have been in order.
Well, it could have been, but number 4, Ronald Gonzalez, went up really high with Alex Bumbry. And Alex Bumbry is a big man as well. And give Alex a little push, and it's a free kick for Team Canada.
But anytime the ball lands on Pesce-Solido's foot at the edge of the box and he's unmarked, you'd have to consider that normally to be an advantage. But here comes the kick. Onger heads it back in. Now Costa Rica get a great header out towards center. Carl Fletcher kicks it up. Hooper controlling well. And that's Harris again all over Lyndon Hooper. Costa Rica win it, but Mark Watson there to head it back down. Onger to Pesce-Solido. Pesh, a little bit of bumping there with Wilmer Lopez. It's interesting to see Pesh using the body to win a little space for himself. 5 years ago, he just run headlong at defenders, and to heck with the consequences.
He has learned an awful lot back in Europe, Ben. There's no question. With the size that he is, he has to.
One of the most exciting players ever to wear the Canadian shirt, and we'll hope we'll get him loose a couple of times tonight. The problem, of course, as it is for all exciting young stars, the other teams know about you, and they're waiting for you. Costa Rica win a free kick. It's taken there. Delgado. And that was Harris. And
actually, Harris was kind of napping there. It was a nice ball on the left side, but he picked up the cross a bit late, and it was late getting there. So it's a throw-in for Team Canada here.
Raymond Harris really covering the ground for Costa Rica tonight, Keith. He's lining up in the back 4, but many's the time he's been the man forward on the wing.
He's overlapping on the left side, yes.
Canada now, Dasovic. Bunbury. Over here for Fletcher. Here's a ball through looking for Pesce-Solido. He turns his defender. Or rather, that's number 12, Carlo Corazine, excuse me. What a play, Keith. Corazine turned at least 2 defenders there. Great burst of speed and a tremendous scoring chance for Canada.
That was a good chance. Here we see nice left-footed shot, nice tip over the crossbar. Great save by the goalkeeper of Costa Rica.
Eric Launis, his second outstanding save here of the first half. We've got just about 15 minutes to go here. Still no score, but lots of action. Canada versus Costa Rica. International soccer here on Rogers Community 10 Toronto. There's Onger with the corner kick. 2 Canadians up looking for it. And referee Farias rules that the Canadians climbed over one of the Costa Rican defenders. And it'll be a free kick for Eric Launis. Coming up at halftime, we will, of course, have highlights of this game. Keith Pandofsky with all the first half highlights. So stay with us for that. Now Canada controlling in their own end. Forrest miskicks it. Canada controlling. It's Paul Fenwick, number 25. He gives it up. Madrigal. Give and go with Oscar Ramirez. And that's going to land several rows up here.
Actually, nice ball through by Costa Rica, and Frank Yellop had no chance or no choice what to do with the ball. Just put it out of play, and it's going to be Costa Rica throwing.
And there you see again the crowd turned out here tonight to watch this international friendly between Canada and Costa Rica. And on the restart, Craig Forrest up there nicely to take the ball. Keith, I'm excited by the prospects for this Canadian team. Watching them play together, see all the main players out there on the field. They're playing very well together.
Prospect with poise, confidence. I've never seen the team like this. They're playing very, very well.
And the next 2 years in the run into France, 98, Canadian soccer fans are in for a treat. If this team is playing anywhere near you, come on out and see them. They'll be all over the country, I'm sure, before it's done.
Just because there's no goal scored yet, Ben, this is a very exciting and tough played game so far.
Costa Rica still looking for their first good scoring chance. Canada have had a couple. And it continues, Keith, that rare combination of high speed and close marking. Lots of action here.
Yeah, Canada's not giving Costa Rica much space to work with. They're constantly on top of them and closely marking, where Costa Rica's giving the Canadian team a bit more space, and they're working the ball nicely, moving each individual from left to right and away from the players.
Paul Fenwick, number 25, on the ball for Canada. To Fletcher. Jamming away on the sidelines there was Dasovic. He ran into a wall, and now he goes down hard. Yeah.
As you could see, Nick Dasovic is playing on the right side for the first 10 minutes, and now he's switching the left side. So he's got license to go anywhere, and it's pretty hard to mark in each individual like that.
Now the chip in there looking for Alex Bunbury, and again the Costa Rican defense closing in numbers whenever one of the Canadian frontmen get near the ball. Bunbury. Or rather, that was Hooper playing it up to Bunbury. Corazine. Now it's Pesce-Solido. The flag goes up for offside.
Actually, there was 3 individuals. Nick Dasovic, Alex Bunbury, and Hooper. Lyndall Hooper was offside.
And that could just be one of the problems you have when you bring an international team together after a long time. Just a little bit off on the timing there. Pesce clearly knew exactly what he wanted to do there, but just a bit of miscommunication with the forwards. Now Costa Rica. Montero, number 20, challenged in the midfield. Here's a nice chip into the center. It falls for number 6, Wilmer Lopez. Lopez looking for Harris, overlapping from the back. And that's a tough call, but the goal kick is given.
Actually, I'm surprised on that call. I'm really surprised on that call, Ben.
That's a very difficult call to make if you're standing still. The ref was running in. Craig Forrest will take it, though. No score, Canada and Costa Rica. 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Canada Cup exhibition soccer action from Varsity Stadium in Toronto. Pesce-Solido back to Onger. Onger, good chip onside here now. Bunbury. He's got Corazine and Pesce-Solido with him. Plays it for Pesh. Takes an elbow there from number 13, Javier Delgado.
Actually, the referee is warning Paul Pesce-Solido. He says, no more diving. You already got a yellow card.
And there you see Pesh with a bit of a smile on his face.
It was a little bump there, as we could see in the replay there, but not enough to award a free kick.
There are those who might say a dive is a dive. I would counter that an elbow is an elbow, Keith.
And rule number 1, the referee's always right.
Except, of course, well, anyway. And there is Paul Pesce-Solido, who's back with Birmingham City now after a stint with Stoke City in the English First Division. And a bit of a grab there from Paul Fennick.
Actually, nice, closely marking. Rather have my foul somebody on the center and get my players back.
And Canada is back, all 11 men behind center now as Costa Rica try to find a way through. And again, Costa Rica trying to keep the speed up even in the midst of that close marking.
But anytime that Costa Rica is breaking, whether it be on the right side or left side, they're outnumbered by the Canadian defenders. So, I mean, it's pretty hard to go through the wall. You're breaking with 2, and you got 4 players to beat. It's pretty hard.
Now Costa Rica trying a build up through the middle here.
Here we see again, there's 3 Canadian team players, and with 1 breaking on the right side, 1 on the ball.
Now Costa Rica, nice chip there. Chance in the middle there, looking for Wanchop, number 15, couldn't get it through to him. Keith, I think the price Canada's paying for that, though, is that to do that, they can only have 2 players forward, and when they play the ball forward to them, Costa Rica's there with 2 or even sometimes even 3 defenders.
That's fine, but the Canadian team pushes up pretty fast.
Deep throw in now for Costa Rica, and you may hear the Costa Rican fans chanting. In the center for Wanchop, headed away there by Paul Fennick, conceding the corner kick.
Nice.
Maybe a bit unlucky for the corner kick there, Keith. I think he was aiming that one out a little more towards the side.
It's out of danger anyway. I'd rather give him a corner kick.
Corner played out to the top of the box there. Takes it. Quesada's shot hit a leg, and that's a nightmare for a goalkeeper, Keith.
Let me tell you, you've already made your move. You're on the ground. You playing the shot and deflects, and here we see shot just inside the box. Shot, deflection. Oh, thank God that was out.
Solis tried to blast it in on the volley there. It hit a Canadian, and now they're coming back here. This is Fletcher. Fletcher, long ball up, and Alex Bunbury was a few steps offside there. Seven and a half minutes to go here in the first half. No score, Canada and Costa Rica. Ronald Gonzalez, number 4, back to Montero. Watson comes rushing in, takes Montero down. And the Costa Rican captain is awarded the free kick. Now the Costa Ricans will try it on the far side here. Javier Delgado, number 13, long ball. Looking for Solano, number 11, into the center. Solano tried for the volley, couldn't set it up, hits a Canadian. Bunbury comes all the way back. Now Harris, and Harris and Pesce-Solido jostling again. Harris is down. I believe Bunbury's down in the center of the field. Now he's back up.
Actually, he's getting a little physical, I think, and Paul Pesce-Solido already has a yellow card, like we said. And Harris has a yellow card, so those 2 individuals, I hope not, but they've been going pretty hard so far, Ben.
While that was going on, and as we see Harris down on the field now for Costa Rica, Bunbury was over quite agitated with the referee. I think he must have been hit away from the play back there. And they're working on Raymond Harris. Number 16 for the Costa Ricans.
Here we see Harris is up. He knows where he's at, and he'll be staying in to finish this half at least with 6 minutes left.
Canada 0, Costa Rica 0. This is for the Canada Cup, this international friendly. Gonzalez, arching kick. Headed away. There was a chance there on the ground for Delgado. And Montero forced to play it all the way back to Eric Lonis, his goalkeeper. Now Costa Rica try to build it up on the far side. Into the center, nice Onger in there to break that up, and it comes back the other way. Yallop shields it for Forrest, who's forced to play it into touch. The throw-in will be taken quickly there. Javier Delgado, but the whistle goes. Now Delgado, short throw to Solis. And he immediately runs into traffic, and Keith, there again, we see the Canadians closing on the ball every chance they get.
They're closing on the ball, but last couple touches, they're letting Costa Rica come into their own third, and that's not a good sign. I hope the Canadian team really finishes this half hard and walks away and regroups for the second half.
Canada with the best 2 scoring chances so far. There's a slicing kick across the center, and Paul Pesce-Solido, number 10, all the way back.
Actually, nice coverage on Harris again, and Harris is down, and him and Pesce-Solido haven't been going at it the whole half.
Harris getting up now. Keith, I noticed that Canadian coach Alan Arrington.
Here we see the replay. It's a bad cross, slicing to the left, and there's 2 Costa Rican players, but give full credit to Pesce-Solido. Didn't let him go through, and that could have been trouble as well.
Arrington has Pesce-Solido lining up in the midfield. In the past, we've seen him almost exclusively as a striker. What do you think of him in this role?
Well, you know what? He's going to get more space, let's put it this way, in midfield than he's going to get as a striker. And you have 2 capable strikers up front, and when you have somebody coming back, overlapping behind you as Pesce-Solido, that's a bonus.
Yeah. Now, Hooper. Into the double coverage, forced to kick it away to Montero. And your point is excellent, because Pesce-Solido is so good running with the ball. And you're right, in the striker position, he just never seemed to have the room to do it. Now Watson into Onger. Nice ball to create space on the side of the box. Onger stops, draws the defense, lays it for Pesce-Solido. He puts a move on Harris. Goes down. Onger chasing after it. Harris after him now. Onger, can he get it across? Harris in there with the tackle. Corner kick for Canada.
Actually, I think Harris is hurting a little bit. He was kind of slow getting to the ball, and Onger had a little more speed and almost went around him, and it's a corner kick for Team Canada.
He's had a long half. Not only has he been marking Pesce-Solido, but he's also been going forward. He's been the point man on the attack so far. Up over everybody in the box, and it's Gilbert Solano now. 2.5 minutes on the clock, no score. Canada versus Costa Rica. Ben Knight and Keith Pandofsky bringing you all the action from Varsity Stadium here on Rogers Community 10 Toronto. Stay with us at halftime. We will have the highlights of an exciting first half here. Still no score. Canada and Costa Rica. Here's a break now. The Canadians on the ball, off the steal. Nice tackle to break it up. Hooper following the play. Out on the wing for Paul Pesce-Solido. He's got Watson overlapping on the wing. Plays it back for Onger in the center. Comes back to Onger. Tries to find Bunbury. Kicked away in the Costa Rica defense. That's Wanchop. Taken away. Nice move by Pesce-Solido. Draws 3 players to him. Costa Rica wins it back in the center. And they almost had Gilbert Solanos free on the wing if they could have got it to him. Now Canada back the other way, looking for Bunbury over his head. And Keith, Canada almost got caught. They were 1 pass away from Solanos in home free for Costa Rica.
That's right, but they created a chance on the left side, and Carlo Corazin was looking for Alex Bunbury, but it was over his head, and nobody behind Alex Bunbury.
Harris to Wanchop. Back to Harris now. That's number 8, Solis. Costa Rica playing it back into the center. Wilmer Lopez, number 6. Takes his time, draws Onger, goes right around him now. Solis. For Solano.
Not much of a shot there, and a little clumsy just outside the box by Solano, and should have been a better taking shot, but thank God it's a goal kick for Team Canada.
Craig Forrest teeing it up. We are in the final 2 minutes here. There won't be much injury time added on here. An exciting first half. Canada and Costa Rica still no score. Canada awarded the ball.
They'll push on Alex Bunbury by Javier Delgado there, and
Onger tried to rush it into play, but he hit a Costa Rican. Now back again, trying to find one shot, and it's blasted into the Canadian end. No flag for offside. Keith, it looked to me that both Corazine and Bunbury, caught surprised by the kick, were offside by about 10 feet there.
Well, the linesman didn't see it, and the ball was through, and not a good finish by Alex Bunbury, because he had Corazine, he had Pesce-Solido on the right side, and not a good finish.
Well, he'll get another chance now. Bunbury, Costa Rican defender over top of him to head that down. A real tussle going on there now between Harris and Pesh as they continue their tussle there. Now here's a chance. Quesada, number 2 for Costa Rica. And I believe it's Nick Dasovic, number 4, all the way over to break it up.
Yeah, he had to, because the midfield of Team Canada was slow getting back. And Nick says, let me get this out of the way and let them have some time to get back.
Solis. Costa Rica now. Ball mishit, and that's a... Keith, that went off Yallop's foot if the referee wanted to.
I don't know if it really touched Yallop, Ben, because Greg Forrest was yelling for that ball.
And there is the whistle to close out an action-packed first half here. And there is no score. Canada 0, Costa Rica 0. And we'll be right back with our halftime festivities right after this. Returning to the field here for the second half of this Canada Cup international friendly between Costa Rica and Canada. Keith, no score in the first half. What do you think we're going to see as the second half gets underway?
Actually, if they're going to play the second half as well as the first half, we're going to see a great game and great second half, because it was exciting half to watch. Both teams were up and down, and a nice ball movement and a few good chances and so forth. The score is 0-0, but now and then it was a very exciting half to me.
This is a one-game tournament effectively for the Canada Cup. And Keith, what do you got?
Well, one interesting note here, we have played 7 times against Costa Rica. We have beat them once. They beat us twice and 4 ties, so very interesting, very interesting. I hope it's not a tie game or a scoreless game.
And as I look at that with you, none of these teams have ever scored 2 goals against the other. The highest scoring game is a 1-1 draw.
Well, goals for, we've scored 3 goals. Goals against, we received 4, so.
Costa Rica, their national team, are in the black and white stripes and will be kicking off and playing from left to right here in the second half. The Canadian national team, and this is the team that will try to carry the Canadian colors all the way to World Cup '98 in France. They are in the all red, and they will be playing from right to left. Ben Knight and Keith Pandofsky up here in the broadcast booth at Varsity Stadium, bringing you all the action of this friendly international on Rogers Community 10 in Toronto. Now Costa Rica. Long kick down to get the second half underway. And that's number 14, Oscar Ramirez, hitting the turf, winning a free kick.
Carl Fletcher a little too aggressive there, and it's Costa Rica free kick, but it's out of the danger zone here.
And Canada will form a 3-man wall there. Bunbury, Onger, and Dasovic. Gomez, number 9, standing over the ball. And a dangerous kick, Keith. He had the corner pretty much sized up there.
Very nice kick by Ronald Gomez, and he's into the game, number 9. And first touch of the ball, and nice curve on the inside of the floor. Here we see the shot, left-footed shot, inside of the foot, away from the wall, curving, just wide. Greg Forrest says it's way out.
And that's a good goalkeeper. He knows where the net is behind him. He knows when the ball's past it. Just waved at it as it went by. Onger. Jamming up in the center here. Lovely, cool spring evening at Varsity Stadium now. Here's a chance back the other way. Costa Rica, Gomez. And a fine defensive play. Mark Watson staying with that all the way, Keith, to break it up.
Well, a little speed by Gomez, and he started the second half and trying to split the defense of Team Canada. And it's a corner kick for Costa Rica here.
We have a very vocal Costa Rican cheering section here. Ramirez. And Forrest forced to take that at number 5. Madrigal right there. And Costa Rica off to a flying start here in the second half.
Yeah, they've made a couple changes here, Ben, and they're pushing the ball forward in the early moments of the second half.
Forrest. 60-yard kick. Alex Bunbury. And Keith, what a story Bunbury was. A year ago, he goes over to Portugal, and for the first half of the season, he is the player of the year in the Portuguese League.
He's playing well, and he's making for a good team and making good living. And what else can you say?
Now he tries to turn that ball there, and he's stacked up.
There's an example where Alex Bunbury had the ball and his Pesce overlapping on the right side.
The Costa Ricans did a good job of containing the Canadian attack in the first half. Now there's Bunbury again drawing double coverage as he did, and the ball taken away by Quesada, who himself had a good scoring chance late in the game. Down the line here looking for Gomez. And Gomez just into the game as a substitute at halftime. And Keith, he seems to be a dangerous new element to the Costa Rican attack.
Yeah, he replaced Gilbert Solano, number 11, and he's got a bit more speed than Solano had on the first half.
So now the Costa Ricans, who were without a really good scoring chance in the first half, that deflected ball we showed you, the closest they came. Delgado, quick flag up for offside there, as number 12, Norman Gomez, who's also a new player out there on the field.
Yeah, he replaced Javier Wanchop, number 15.
Fletcher plays it back for Fennick. Leaves it for Yallop, the acting captain. Down to Fletcher. Couldn't get the movement on the ball he wanted, and back comes Gomez, down hard. And then Fletcher goes down hard over him. And that's indicative of the intensity that we saw all through the first half.
A little more aggression by the Costa Rican team starting this half, and creating a little havoc for Team Canada.
Delgado, and over the bar there, Wilmer Lopez.
A little tentative on the Canadian side starting this second half, Ben, wouldn't you think?
Well, they haven't really been asked, Keith. The ball has been Costa Rica's to command so far for the first 5 minutes of this half. There's really not much you can do if you don't have the ball. Dasovic for Fletcher now. Good ball in the center. Lyndon Hooper puts it ahead to Bunbury. He shoulders off his defender there. Bunbury, great job of staying with it. Now Hooper heads it down. Back here for Fletcher. Fletcher with space in the middle, out to the wing, looking for Dasovic. Well read by the Costa Ricans. And here's a chance coming back the other way. This is Delgado. He broke the play up and then back in on the give and go. Stacked up at the box, and he winds up just giving it to Fletcher, and Onger dumps it out of there. Now Pesce Solido. There's that speed we were telling you about in the center. Bunbury over the bar.
Beautiful ball by Pescisolido, but just off balance a wee bit by Alex Bunbury.
Oh, Keith, there was more to that than that. It started when...
Here we see the nice cross into the box. Alex Bunbury, all the time in the world, but he was kind of more forward with the body than he should have been, and kind of miscued and put her over the bar.
That all started when Delgado for Costa Rica broke up a beautiful Canadian play in the midfield. Scoring chance for Costa Rica, back the other way. Great chance for Canada. Pescisolido now shaking off a defender, and there he's full speed again. Sets up at the edge of the box, lays it back for Hooper, chops it in there looking for Bunbury. He's got it! Follow-up shot over the bar, and goaltender Eric Lawless is screaming at the referee there. After several Canadian players pile into him, I think it was Carlo Corazzi, number 12, Keith, who ultimately had the scoring chance.
The cross into the box. The goalkeeper says, I have it. Nice challenge by Alex Bunbury. Up high, little bump. Oh, Curzon could have had one
Curzon
there.
Over the bar. There we see Bunbury, not only his height, but that incredible...
But here's the interesting situation. The goalkeeper, the referee's telling the goalkeeper it's a goal kick, not a foul on you. He retakes it now.
What I was saying was Bunbury changed his move in midair, a la Michael Jordan there, after he got up there. And just a great play. He didn't get the scoring chance, but he set it up beautifully for Corazine. And also now we're seeing Pescisolido breaking loose of the coverage.
Well, both teams are a little more excited of breaking fast from their own zone and creating little chances and having a bit more space.
We want to say hello to the members of the Gloucester Hornets under-12 boys team who've come all the way from Ottawa to attend this game today. I get to that in a moment. Now here's Dasovic. And Costa Rica rather clumsily conceding a corner kick there.
That's a throw-in here.
A throw-in, rather. It'll be taken by Fletcher. Dasovic knocked from behind. Costa Rica winning the ball. Long ball back into the center. Nicely controlled. There's Yallop with the kick back the other way. And the flag up for offside. Keith, I ran into some members of the Gloucester Hornets team in the restaurant before the game. They've come all the way from Ottawa for the game today. Several members of the team, Maple Leafs painted on their face. They're here to support the Canadian national team. Very excited to be here, and they're no doubt having a great time.
And they're seeing an exciting game so far.
No score, 10 minutes into the second half here at Varsity Stadium in Toronto, Canada and Costa Rica. And again, Paul Fennick there breaking it up for Canada, but Costa Rica keep the pressure up through Lopez, number 6. Now it's Quesada going for a run. And they play it all the way back over center, trying to find a way through this smothering Canadian marking. Ball here looking for Gomez, number 9. Gomez watched by Fennick. And finally dumped into safety there by Mark Watson coming over to help Fennick out. And there we see the Costa Rican coach, Badu Vieira, who was your guest, Keith, before the game.
Yeah, he just got appointed head coach of Costa Rica national team 2 months ago. And this is his second game as a head coach of Costa Rica.
And his team showing lots of spirit and determination out there. That's blasted into the seats by Wilmer Lopez.
I'd be biting my nails if I was coaching my second game at the national level. He's very calm and
again, Canada just unable to get the ball into play. They're getting throw-ins, but the Costa Ricans are attacking. Good ball through now. Pescisolido in the corner, in the center, looking for Dasovic. He's up with a header. There's a flag up, and they may be ruling, Keith, that the ball actually might have run out of bounds at the end line. It didn't look like it, though.
Yeah, it's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. The ball went out of bounds and come back in.
Pescisolido moves so quickly with the ball.
Especially with the right-footed, close to the line. Nice curve on it, out and in.
Fletcher and Gomez went up for that one now. This is Gomez. And the linesman ruling that the ball goes to Canada. And Keith, I think Gomez might have actually, in stepping over that ball, may have indeed deflected it on the way out.
He did. And nicely played by Carl Fletcher on that ball.
And there we see Alan Arrington. Now he's got a job, Keith. He's had to step in to coach the Canadian national team today. The regular coach, Bob Lenarduzzi, is back in Vancouver. Unfortunately, his father has died very recently, and on behalf of all the members of our crew here and the members of the team, we send our thoughts and condolences to the Lenarduzzi family in British Columbia. And Bob will be looking forward to having you back here with the Canadian national team. Wilmer Lopez. There's another hard shot from Pesce Solido, and of course he was cautioned earlier.
The referee's having a little talk to Paul and saying, a little too aggressive again, Paul.
Costa Rica setting up for the throw, and we have 33.5 minutes to go in the second half. No score, Canada and Costa Rica. Pesce, or rather, that's number 12, Carlo Corazine. Corazine, long ball, looking for Bunbury. Just a little far ahead of him, Keith.
Good idea by Carlo Corazine. Too bad that ball went in the inside of the defender, and who would gone on the outside of Alex Bunbury. That could have been trouble with Alex's speed.
Onger coming up, fighting hard to win the ball there from Solis, but called for a foul. And the Costa Ricans into the Canadian half. Now Wilmer Lopez. Played out to the far side. Pesce Solido over there. Hauls down.
This is going to be interesting.
That's a yellow, and Paul Pesce Solido is going to be out of this game.
Yeah, it was a matter of time the way he was playing. He should have been a bit more cautious, especially the second half, Ben.
Paul Pesce Solido, perhaps the single most talented player on this Canadian team. And with 32 minutes to go here, and that's a headache that interim coach Alan Arrington does not need, Keith. Pesce Solido gone from the game.
See the replay. They're really fighting for the possession of the ball, and Pesce's down, and he really clips him. And that could have been trouble, because Costa Rican would have been home free on the left side. And hey, Paul had to do something. He was on the ground, and he would have been home free. But knowing that you already have a yellow card and there's 2 or 3 defenders covering up for you, I would have let him go.
It's a very dangerous play on Pesce's part. He's one of the key cogs in this Canadian attack, but the decision was made, and now Canada will have to carry on with only 10 men. And this coming at a time when Costa Rica have their attack finally put together and are consistently pressuring the Canadian goal.
Yeah, this could be a little trouble, because with 31 minutes left in the second half and playing with 10 men, and the way that Costa Rican really opened up the second half by attacking, it's going to tire out the Canadian team.
And there's a shot of Ty Domi of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and on the sidelines, and I'm told he's trying out for the Toronto Argonauts as well. He played last year for Kosovo in one of the local soccer leagues here, a multi-talented individual. And now he will be trying out as a kicker with the Toronto Argonauts. Wish him luck with that. We should say Costa Rica temporarily down to 10 men as well, because the man that Pesce Solido fouled, and we're just waiting to get that number for you, is still on the sidelines.
Yeah, they're trying
and he's been waved back in now, and here he comes. It's number 2, Vladimir Quesada, back in the game, back on his feet. So Canada, half an hour left in this game, no score, and down to 10 men following the red card to Paul Pesce Solido.
It was interesting to see who was sitting beside Ty Domi, Ben.
Who was that, Keith?
Terry Kelly. Terry Kelly. Terry Kelly. Terry Kelly is the director of Toronto Maple Leafs Hockey Club. He's also the biggest soccer fan anywhere. Here we see Terry Kelly beside Ty Domi, one of the directors of Toronto Maple Leafs, as well as he traveled the world to see any soccer game.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, he's getting a good show tonight now. A bit of a he gets the yellow card anyway. Madrigal took Hooper down. Bunbury rather took him down. Gave him a pat on the head to try to make up for it. Jose Farias, the referee, not impressed. Actually, and the yellow card.
Yeah, Madrigal is a big individual. He's covering a big man as well of Alex Bunbury.
Now Canada. Carlo Corazine. Have one advantage, at least from this distance. It's difficult to tell Corazine and Pesce-Solido apart. They're wearing very similar numbers and they've got the same haircut. I've made that mistake more than once tonight. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Solis on the wing to Quesada. Overlapping ball to Gomez. Costa Rica keeping the pressure up as they have now for most of the second half.
See, even now the Team Canada really has to adjust to the right side where Pesce was playing and shift the midfield over, because Costa Rica really pushing the ball where Pesce was playing on the right side.
Interesting to know how this would affect it if Raymond Harris was still in the game. He was a key part of the Costa Rica attack in the first half, but he was also marking Pesce man for man the whole way. Explosive speed. What would he do now if he was still in the game?
Well, Pesce really did a number on him. He knocked him a couple times, and he was hurting towards the end of the second half. And like I mentioned, I'm surprised that he finished out the first half.
Now Canada, Dasovic. Forced to play back to Yallop. Yallop chops it up, looking for Onger, maybe a bit too far for him. And Canada will win the throw in 27 minutes. And change to go here at Varsity Stadium in Toronto. This is Canada Cup International Soccer. Canada 0, Costa Rica 0. Ben Knight and Keith Pendowski bringing you all the action tonight on Rogers Community 10 in Toronto. Carl Fletcher up there. Onger now trying to control at the edge of the box. Costa Ricans close with numbers. And it's 6. Wilmer Lopez finally playing it back to Lonis, the goalkeeper.
Nice movement by Carl Fletcher. He's playing left fullback. He overlapped on the left side. He was inside almost the box of Costa Rica, and you have to get back when you're playing in one man short.
And that, of course, brings up the point. Pesce-Solido's role was the long runs from the midfield. Who's going to make up for that now that he's out of the game?
Well, it has to be one of the fullbacks, like we just saw Carl Fletcher from the left fullback position overlapping on the left side.
Now a chance for Canada. It's in the center for Onger. Hit just wide.
Well, you're playing one man short.
And I'll tell you,
Keith, a nice fighting for the possession of the ball. Nice volley up high. Onger headed just wide.
And I'll tell you, Keith, the man marking Onger was Oscar Ramirez for Costa Rica. He's got a yellow card on him as well.
Yeah, maybe that's why he kind of hesitated to pull him down or do something that he shouldn't.
Onger with a gorgeous scoring chance there. But we're still scoreless with 26 minutes to go in this Canada Cup match. Costa Rica is in the black and white stripes, playing from left to right. Canada is in the all red, going from right to left here in the second half. And there was a shot there of Carlo Corazine, number 12 for Canada, running alongside Ronald Gonzalez for Costa Rica. Back for Dasovic. Played all the way back, miscommunication, nobody there. Costa Rica capitalizes on it. Here comes Ramirez, long ball. Down here looking for Gomez, number 12, he's got it. Played it back into the center. Fennick there to break it up for Canada. To Onger. Onger, under pressure, just dumps it into the Costa Rican end. Lonis too far out to use his hands. And what a difference a halftime makes for Costa Rica, Keith.
Well, they've made a few changes and a bit more explosive, a bit more speed up front, and nice ball movement.
Now, Hooper. Ronald Gonzalez, number 4, got all tangled up with him. Nick Dasovic there seemed to have a couple of words for the official.
He's trying to even it up here, Robin.
Frank Yallop. High header into the center there. Dasovic does a nice job of chopping it back, but there's nobody there but Costa Ricans. Number 9 is Gomez. And a slashing kick there, Paul Finnick, to break that up for Canada.
Nicely done by Paul Finnick, because that could have been trouble, because Costa Rica was breaking 3 guys on the left side, and Paul was there with Carl Fletcher behind him.
Costa Rica trying to establish something here.
I'm surprised on Costa Rica when they're playing against 10 men. They're really playing short passing, where they should really open up to Team Canada and a bit longer passes left to right and in the middle.
There's a nice ball from number 4, Gonzalez. Chance here for Gomez, and Forrest out to get it. Boy, Keith, that's dangerous. He was so close to the line when he took that ball.
But Gomez then had nothing to do with Greg Forrest coming off his line. And Greg Forrest, full credit, came off his line and really gobbled that ball up.
You've got to be fearless to be a goalkeeper, eh?
Especially in your own house.
Costa Rica. Number 6 is Lopez. Played over here to Mauricio Solis. Delgado. And Alex Bunbury there. And I think he may be feeling that in his ankle a little bit, Keith, after that collision.
Yeah, a little knock there.
Took it on the right ankle. Controls nicely now. Tried to find Fletcher on the wing, but opportunistic pick there from Ramirez. Goes down hard.
Actually, it's a yellow card here.
Paul Finnick, number 25. That's the 5th yellow card of the game. Gomez. Back for Delgado. Dasovic, nice job of breaking that up. For Fletcher. Dasovic again on it. Corazine. We have no score in this exciting international friendly between Canada and Costa Rica. 22 minutes to go here at Varsity Stadium in Toronto, second half action. This game can end in a tie. There will not be any extra time. Corazine trying to find his way through, knocked away by Madrigal. Ball falls beautifully for Oscar Ramirez.
Handball.
Oh, Keith.
That was a nice handball. Hand to ball, not ball to hand.
And he's going to get a caution over that, and that's his second.
That's right.
Oh. And that is going to even it up. I believe. Oh, perhaps not, Keith. I had him as the one who took the card for Costa Rica in the first half.
It was Harris.
All right.
Harris had the yellow card.
That's right. That's right. In the Josh with Pesce-Solido.
That's right. Well, Pesh, first yellow card was for handball. Remember?
That's right.
So now.
Right, and then Harris got the card on him, and now Ramirez gets one for a handball. Keith, the ball was played beautifully there for Ramirez.
Yeah, but the ball kind of took a crazy spin, and the hand went to the ball instead of the ball to the hand, and the referee had no choice but to give him a foul and a yellow card.
So Ramirez is playing with a caution card, and over on the Canadian side, Paul Finnick, number 25, is under one. Paul Pesce-Solido already with 2 and gone from the game, leaving Canada a man short with 20 minutes to play. No score, Canada and Costa Rica. Long kick there. Corazine going to try to run onto it. Cuts it back for Hooper. To Onger. Canada trying to build something up on the far side. Watson. And we saw aggressive defense from Costa Rica in the first half, but they really seem to be doing a good job of keeping Canada on the outside and not letting that cross come in.
Well, it was a different game the first half, and it's a different game the second half, Ben, because they've changed their style, and they're very offensive, and they got more speed up front, and they're pushing the ball. And the ball movement and creating some chances at the outcome.
We have a couple of players warming up on the sidelines for Costa Rica. I believe a couple of changes coming. Victor Badia, number 7, and Austin Berry, number 17, looks set to come into the game. And maybe fresh legs is the spark they need to take to cash in this one-man advantage they've got.
Exactly, man.
Gonzalez, number 4. Finds some space, but has to play back. Costa Rica pushing the ball up over center. 19 minutes to go in a scoreless tie here with Canada. Number 6, Lopez, on the ball for Costa Rica. And a bit of jostling over there on the sideline. Player down for the Costa Ricans.
Well, we're going to see another yellow card here, Ben.
And I believe that was Mark Watson involved in the tackle there.
Here we see the replay. Well, he really went over the ball and got a piece of the ankle. And yes, that is a yellow card.
Not much you can do about that. Mark Watson, number 13. Game's getting a little chippy.
Chippy. And we're going to create a Yellow Pages book here now.
Oh boy, are we ever. Are we ever. That is the 6th caution card of the game. So here are the substitutions, Keith. The players coming out are Vladimir Quesada and Oscar Ramirez, and Keith, those are players who have both had good chances.
Yeah, but the coach wants to see some fresh legs and see what they could do, and should have a bit more space to work with against 10 men, and let's see what they could do. And
once again, Costa Rica with a player being helped to the sidelines. It appears to be Madrigal, number 5. So again, for a little while here, because Madrigal was not called as one of the players replaced, but he must be, because Costa Rica still have their full complement of players on the field. So Madrigal tonight appears to be done. Yep. Gomez, number 9, plays it back. I'm sorry, that's Madrigal, number 5 there. So I'm not sure the number of the player on the sidelines. We'll get that for you. Into the center there, looking for Gomez.
Yeah, offside on the left side, a little bit too anxious. Nice ball movement, a little too anxious on the left side.
The injured player was number 2, Vladimir Quesada, so his night's over. Costa Rica continuing with that man advantage. 16.5 minutes to go in a scoreless game. Lots of action here.
It didn't take too long for Victor Badia to get involved on the left side, but a little too anxious, and it was offside on the left side.
Forrest. High, hard kick. Hooper went up for it, but he was beaten to it by the defense. I'm really impressed with Hooper's movement in the air when he gets off the ground.
For a small guy, he jumps 8 feet, 9 feet tall. Let me tell you, all hard, the size that he is, and he's playing midfield with against some big men.
Now Bunbury knocks that one forward to Dasovic. Trying to move in traffic. Something called against Canada there.
Actually, handball by Nick Dasovic, and it's going to be Costa Rica free kick. And Team Canada's trying to slow this pace a little slower, Ben, because I think they're getting a little tired.
Well, people who think that scoreless soccer is dull, boy, here's your counter argument right here tonight. These teams have gone at each other full speed right from the opening whistle. Gomez. Played on the wing here to Javier Delgado. Overlap to Lopez. Forced out of the play by Fennick. Went down trying to draw a foul. Didn't happen.
Little dive there by Norman Gomez, number 12, and the referee had nothing to do with him.
Fletcher. Down the wing there looking for Bunbury. Dasovic. Nice, lovely back heel there to Bunbury. He hits Onger coming up over the wing. Nice move there by Canada.
Nice movement, but then the Hooper didn't know he was running away from the pass and didn't see the pullback pushed up and cut offside.
14 minutes to go, no score. Costa Rica in the black and white stripes, Canada in the all red. Madrigal. Gomez tries to slice it through. Here's a chance. That was Ronald Gomez putting it through to Norman Gomez. And Craig Forrest.
Again, the Costa Rica striker really backed out because Greg Forrest's size is intimidating on the strikers of Costa Rica, and they really backed up. If it was a smaller goalkeeper, I could have seen that striker go really hard on that ball.
Forrest not really called on to make many saves, but the way he has patrolled the outside of the area there, coming out and challenging strikers, has been one of the major problems Costa Rica hasn't solved yet in this game. Ronald Gomez. Good ball, Costa Rica now, 2 men down the far side. And Frank Yellup, the acting captain, stayed with it. Dumped the ball safely out to touch. Costa Rica again. Dasovic chops it up in the air. Costa Ricans contain it into the center here for Solis. Solis tees it up, shot wide.
All the time in the world, he had nobody around him, and he kind of rushed that shot, and it was off balance and on the half volley and went nowhere.
He had time to step in.
Step in, push the ball forward a bit, and have a nice clean shot. But he rushed that shot and was on the half volley and a little bounce and went wide.
There you got another look at the crowd here at Varsity Stadium tonight. Several thousand out to watch this international match between Canada and Costa Rica. We've got 12 minutes to go. Still no score. Bunbury. Now it's Corazine on the far wing. Looking for Bunbury. Gonzalez broke that up for Costa Rica. Lovely move there to keep the run going up to center. This is Javier Delgado, number 13. Back to Ronald Gomez. He steps into it way out there. Deflected, Forrest stayed with it. Keith, I'm not sure if it was still on the net, but a dangerous shot from out there.
Actually, would have been on net, and it was a dangerous shot. Here we see a long shot by number 9 Gomez. Off balance, curving. Well, it could have been wide, but as well, not great save by Greg Forrest. I guess he thought he was going to catch Craig Forrest napping there, but very alertly, nice save by Craig.
Forrest's form was perfect on that. Waited until he knew exactly where the ball was going to be and then just beautifully threw himself at it. Now Finnick gets the ball taken away. Shot! Goal for Costa Rica! Goal for Costa Rica! The bench is up. We'll get the goal scorer for you. He's right in the middle of a huge pile of teammates. Paul Finnick got the ball taken away from him, Keith.
Well, it's unfortunate. Well, that was the goal. He took a shot before. That was Ronald Gomez, number 9, again. And that was he took the shot a minute before that. Here we see number 9, Ronald Gomez. Here we see him fighting for the positioning of the ball, fighting through the defense. Nice little left-footed touch by Craig Forrest, but couldn't help that.
Forrest didn't have much time to set for that. It came very quickly.
No.
And it's 1-0 to Costa Rica, the goal coming in the 80th minute. Ronald Gomez. Costa Rica 1, Canada 0. They have the man advantage. They have a goal lead. The Canadians have their work cut out with them with 9.5 minutes to go. A small but very vocal Costa Rican cheering section going wild down there. Canada trying to get it started now. Alec Bunbury chops it to the open wing, but Costa Rica contain it. Carefully played back to Montero, number 20. He dumps it into the center, but here comes Onger back for Canada. Onger takes on 2. Hooper. Dasovic. Nick Dasovic trying to get something going. Here's Fletcher coming up from defense, overlapping to Dasovic on the wing. Can he get there in time? Yes, he knocks it down, but he's stuck in the corner. 2 players watching him. Gets a straight arm right in the face. The referee was right there.
I can't believe that referee was within 5 feet away from Nick Dasovic.
Dasovic absolutely straight-armed.
We're going to see some substitution made by Team Canada here, Ben.
Coming into the game, one of my favorite players from the CSL days, Kevin Holness, number 16. And John Limniadis, number 15, is coming in. Out of the game, Lyndon Hooper.
Alex Bunbury.
And Alex Bunbury is going to come out.
Well, Alex Bunbury hasn't really touched the ball last 25 minutes or so, Ben, so some fresh legs, one up front, one on defense, and let's see what they can do.
Well, Holness, of course, tremendous speed. We talked about the speed they lost when Pesce Solido went out of the game. Holness has got that and then some. And Limniadis very solid in the midfield and back on defense. Now Canada. And they've got their work cut out with them. 7 minutes to go. Costa Rica now another outside shot. I believe that might have been...
That's Ronald Gomez as well. Just taking shots from all over
and
the place.
there is Alex Bunbury out of the game.
He's played well.
Very closely marked tonight.
Yes, played well.
Costa Rica 1, Canada 0. Just under 7 minutes to go. On the clock, there'll probably be about 3 minutes of injury time, I would guess. Now Onger on the wing. He's well marked. Shuts it down, tries to get the cross in. Cuts it back instead for Holness. Canada, a man short, looking for a way through. This is Canada Cup action. An international friendly from Varsity Stadium in Toronto. Ben Knight and Keith Pandofsky happy to bring you all the action here on Rogers Community 10 in Toronto.
One exciting player, this number 9, Ronald Gomez, since he's came into the game, Ben. Shoots from anywhere, very exciting. He's got some speed, and he got a goal.
Now Costa Rica breaking back again. They've been consistently on the attack the whole half. Norman Gomez. And they're pushing forward, but they're content to push it back and waste a little time. There's a good ball through, but no one can run onto it. Forrest now trying to catch them all napping back the other way. Looking for Onger, headed away by Costa Rica. This is Delgado back to Solis, number 8. He plays it to Lopez, and it's up on the wing now. Far side, Costa Rica. Into the center to number 9, the goal scorer, Ronald Gomez. And once again, Forrest, and that's a half-dozen times he's come out and taken the ball in that part of the area.
Nice cover, went down, galloped the ball in the feet front. Nobody wants to do anything with Greg Forrest.
Under 5 minutes on the clock. Costa Rica continuing to lead 1-0. Now Onger, nice job of staying onside. He's got help up front if he can get it there. Cut back, Fennick heads it down at center. Holness tried to play it forward. Just too far for Onger.
Referee's telling him, put that ball in play.
And there is referee Jose Farias. He's done a fine job of keeping what could have been a very chippy game under control. He made the tough calls when he had to. That's Mark Watson, number 13, or Corazine rather, Carlo Corazine.
Actually, that could have been a trouble because he took that shot between the sweeper's legs and heads-up play by the goalkeeper and had no trouble with that shot.
Eric Launis made a spectacular save for Costa Rica in the first half to keep the game scoreless. Coming down towards 3.5 minutes on the clock. Madrigal. It's Costa Rica now, dumped ahead there looking for Norman Gomez. Chipped away now, here's another chance. Norman Gomez, edge of the box, cuts it back at center. Dasovic there, and he's coming right back the other way for Canada now. Up to Corazine. Lays it back to Dasovic now. Onger's on the wing, they play it up to him. And he wins the throw-in.
Actually, it's a foul on Costa Rica. It's going to be free kick Team Canada here.
John Limniadis ready to take the kick. Canada pushing everybody up forward now. Only Yallop is back, and he's only back as far as the center circle. Limniadis tries to get the Costa Ricans to commit. Now tries it to the far side of the box. Nobody there but black and white striped shirts, but it rolls out for a corner kick.
Give full credit to Team Canada. At least they're pushing. One man short. They still want to equalize this game and pushing forward with 2.5 minutes left in the game, Ben.
2.5 minutes. Canada a man short following the red card to Paul Pesce-Solido, down 1-0. Here comes the corner kick. Headed back across. Two Costa Rican defenders there to clear it now. They'll try to dump it out towards center. They've got two men forward for a possible counterattack. Ball into the center looking for Norman Gomez. He's going to get onto it. Costa Ricans pushing forward. Gomez takes the shot himself up over the bar.
Nice shot, but he had a couple guys breaking to the left side as well, but he selected to take that shot, and Greg Forrest had it covered.
We're into the final 2 minutes.
A long shot right from the box, and Greg Forrest says, no, it's way wide.
We're into the final 2 minutes. We're guessing possibly 3 minutes of injury time. The Costa Ricans came out flying in the second half. They got the offense they couldn't find in the first half. Finally got the goal in the 80th minute off of the boot of Ronald Gomez. He stripped the ball from a Canadian defender, broke in, and left Forrest with no chance. And here comes Costa Rica again. Just offside on the pass to number 12, Norman Gomez. And Gomez takes a shove in the back from Craig Forrest. It wasn't as bad as he's making it look. The Costa Rican bench is up in arms.
Actually, Greg Forrest got upset when after the whistle was blown. Number 12, Norman Gomez, kind of pushed that ball behind the net.
And Norman Gomez, number 12, will get the caution out of that.
And Greg Forrest is saying this is not the...
Forrest has been carded as well. A yellow card there to Canadian goalkeeper Craig Forrest. It's the eighth and ninth cards of the game. 5 to Canada, 2, or rather 4 to Costa Rica. My math's okay, what the heck.
There's quite a few of them anyway, Ben.
Any number of them. Final moments here. Costa Rica 1, Canada 0. The red-shirted Canadians trying to push forward and get the equalizer.
Well, one thing I could tell you that Team Canada is not happy with the loss here. They're really pushing forward, even with short men here, and trying to equalize in the same time. Here we're going to see everybody up now. We're going to leave one guy back at least. Everybody into the box.
Frank Yellup, the captain, is the only man back. And he's a good 15 yards this on the Costa Rican side of center. They just, as almost always tonight, the Costa Ricans have been first to the ball in their own penalty area. Now here's a chance back the other way. Corazine can't get past the tackle, and the Costa Ricans come back out again. Delgado lays it off.
Nicely played the play before that.
Alan Arrington, the acting coach of Team Canada, exhorting his troops forward now. Paul Finnick will take the throw. Long, hard throw down the sidelines looking for Corazine, but Costa Rica contain it. Offside. The Canadians racing forward, and Frank Yellup, he's been the only man back. Set up at the top of the box, two men there, but again, and there is the final whistle. And on a goal in the 80th minute from Ronald Gomez, it's Costa Rica 1, Canada 0 here for the Canada Cup of Soccer. A disappointing loss for the Canadians, a great second half for Costa Rica. The final score again, Costa Rica 1, Canada 0, and we'll be right back to wrap it up after this break.